Well, we just learned that the village of Hanover Park was set to swear in this officer tonight as an official officer of Hanover Park. That is until he was taken into custody here in Hanover Park this morning by ICE agents. The Department of Homeland Security telling us that this man overstayed his tourist visa, which allegedly expired in 2015. The Department of Homeland Security says it encountered Radule Bojovic in a targeted enforcement action, part of Operation Midway Blitz, before taking him into custody this morning. The Hanover Park police officer can be seen in this Facebook post from the department, provided by DHS today, as they confirmed his arrest for allegedly living here illegally over the last 10 years. Federal officials also say that Hanover Park police records confirm he was approved by the Pension Fund Board of Trustees in January 2025. DHS released a statement on the arrest this afternoon, saying in part, Governor J.B. Pritzker doesn't just allow violent illegal aliens to terrorize Illinois' communities. He allows illegal aliens to work as sworn police officers. Radule Bojovic violated our nation's laws and was living illegally in the U.S. for 10 years. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem also commenting on social media today, saying ICE arrested an illegal alien working as a sworn police officer in the Chicago suburbs. Radical sanctuary politicians have allowed criminal illegal aliens to infiltrate our school districts, communities, and even police departments.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Now, we just received a statement from Hanover Park Police minutes ago disputing some of those claims. They say at the time of his hire, Officer Bojovic presented the village with a work authorization card, which was issued by the federal government's U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. The card was valid and recently renewed. We also conducted a full background check, including his criminal history, with both the Illinois State Police and the FBI. The department goes on to say the bottom line is that all information we received from the federal government indicated that Officer Bojovic is legally authorized to work in the U.S. as a police officer. Clearly, without that authorization, the village would not have hired him. Now, the department also goes on to tell us that a memorandum recently issued by ATF allowed Officer Bojovic to legally carry a firearm under his current immigration status. They say as this investigation plays out right now, the officer has been placed on administrative leave.
I want to go from there. Give me a quick second. Let me give you my gist of this, and I'm going to interpret some information for you, because this was a situation that I actually mentioned to one of my homies before, and I told him that, and I remember having this conversation because I was coming from Joliet, and I was like, J.B. Pritzker is about to let illegal immigrants, like non-citizens, become police officers. And then I told my homie, I said, now, what if we allow illegal cartel members in the country and then we give them then we make them be police officers regulating the Chicago? In Illinois, it's like Illinois law enforcement. So they could have been state enforcement. They can be any state enforcement, right? And he's like, no, they can't do that. I said, bro, as I was telling him that, I said, I'm seeing this article. It was WGN. It was told by him. It was signed in office, and that's exactly what he did. So I did some research again, and I picked another video, and this video is, let me show you the date. It says 2 years ago. Let's press more. Now read this. I'm going to just say it out loud. July 31st, 2023. All right, now let's play the video.
Governor Pritzker recently signed more than 130 bills, and among the new laws, one allowing non-citizens to become police officers in Illinois.
Political reporter Scott Schneider live in studio with details on this. Scott.
Anthony Nelly, this law requires that immigrants be legally authorized to work under federal law. The bill's sponsor called it a natural progression now that some undocumented immigrants can become healthcare workers and military members. However, it's been highly criticized by Republicans and the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police. The FOP issued a statement earlier this month ahead of Friday's bill signing. It reads in part, what message does this legislation send when it allows people who do not have legal status to become the officers of our laws? This is a potential crisis of confidence in law enforcement at a time when our officers need all the public confidence they can get. The organization continued by writing that it does support potential police recruits once their citizenship status is solidified. Now, the new law takes effect January 1st. Next hour, we're going to hear from the bill's main sponsor, Barbara Hernandez of Aurora.
January 1st, 2024. I believe, because this is 2023, July 31st. Now, you just heard what they said. Over 120, 130, maybe more. Let me just rewind it. Because this is what Prister does. He be signing multiple, since he's been in office, he's probably signed 1,000 new laws, bro. Facts. Google it. Since that nigga been in office, he's literally probably signed 1,000 laws. You heard what she said. And this video came out July 31st. So he just had stuff enacted. He be having stuff acted on the 1st, which is January 1st, and then 6 months later, July 1st, bro. Swear to God, he does that a lot.
Governor Pritzker recently signed more than 130 bills and
then after he had, you hear what she said, then after he makes the bills go through, like laws and whatever, goes through on July 1st, after he's already had them on January 1st, he signs more in order, not even 30 days later. And she just said 130 some bills. Or plus. Come on, man. Y'all better read between the lines. He's putting all these rules in order. How you think it's going to be reversed? It won't be. Y'all not playing the same game we're playing. We're as Republicans, they're not playing the same games the Democrats are playing. They're playing the dirty game. They're putting all these rules. Why you think Gavin Newsom's doing? They're putting all these rules and stipulations in place in case they get replaced. And once they get replaced, nothing will be changed because their House and Senate, whatever, it's fully Democratic. It will never go through. So it'll never reach their desk. The rules will always stay there. It's kind of funny. They're very clever. But let's get back to the subject at hand. Basically, this article was just saying that the new Illinois law allows non-citizens to become police officers. I was offended on this, and my homie was kind of mad too because he said he wanted to apply for a police officer. He didn't make the team. That's okay. We got legal immigrants for that, sir. You don't have to worry about making a team, and that's the problem I'm having here because at the end of the day, you don't have legal status in the United States, even if you're on a work visa. You see, and this the thing about this video is that they tried to justify it, right? They tried to justify it and said, well, the feds said we can do it. The feds allowed us. The reason why we did is because the feds approved him to work. But if the feds say he can be a police officer in your state, see, that's where the problems come in because now the first thing I thought when Prister signed that rule into order, bro, the first thing I was thinking was like, damn, what if the cartel come over here and just, become a police officer in Chicago? They're going to be killing off the ops. And then while they're helping traffic the drugs, because you let the criminals become the law enforcement of citizens that are violent and nonviolent, sovereign citizens and the ones that actually obey the law, law-abiding citizens. You know what I'm saying? So you're giving power to the criminals, right? And how many more of these people? He was just getting signed. The officer was getting sworn in when ICE caught him. What if Trump wasn't president and he didn't send ICE? They would have just been sworn in. He literally doesn't have legal documentation to be here in the United States. It's expired. His visa expired. There's no way that you went through the FBI database and you went through the state database and determined this guy was able to work here. You see how they just lie like that? Y'all got to read between the lines. This is what's going on. Tell me if I'm lying. This literally just posted, bro. This is ABC7, bro. It's liberal media. If I'm lying, I'm lying. I'm not. This is liberal media, bro. There's no agenda with them. They're actually against a Republican agenda, but they're not telling a false statement. My bad. They're not telling a false statement when ICE agents arrest a suburban police officer. Hanover Park, bro. That's the burbs, by the way, for those that don't know. Hanover Park is right next to Streamwood and Wheaton, Illinois, which is where the DuPage County Courthouse is. Yes, it's right down the street. Yes, this is where people that got money live at. You don't want illegal immigrants running, bro. This, I'm telling you. Oh man, this is worse than we think. Because that's just one person. How many people you think got through? This dude, and not only this, what if somebody that did actually have, I just want to pick your brains, guys. What if somebody actually did have their legal documentation and they were legal visa owner and it was valid? This guy got caught because it was invalid. And the FBI, the feds probably only caught him because he was in the system as a police officer. So it's like you can't hide it. And it happened to pop up on him before he got sworn in. He was about to be sworn in as a police officer, which means he went through the academy, did the whole 9. He went through the academy, did the whole 9, came back, went to the United States, and applied to be a police officer. Was about to be sworn in. And he has a visa that's been expired for 10 years. And you're telling me the feds nor the state caught that he was a invalid visa holder? Man, where the balloons come from? An invalid visa holder. Do you see the problem here? Unless the feds never knew anything about it and they just did the regular background check and it was clear, but they never checked his citizenship, which the police department of the state and the city of Hanover Park should have checked, because this is someone you're putting into order, right? That's going to enforce your state and city laws, right? And you know what's so funny? That area, it pulls over a lot of people. I know that area very, very well. I used to work in Wheaton, right down the street from Hanover Park. Yes. They pull everybody over. Cook County has a 97 to 98% conviction rate. Everybody gets in trouble, bro. Or 98, yeah, it's like a 97, 98. Everybody getting down, bro. Everybody getting tickets. Everybody going to jail. It says, can I read this? Wow, that is amazing, bro. This is super amazing. Governor J.B. Pritzker did not allow the violent illegal immigrants to terrorize the Illinois community. He allows illegal aliens to work as sworn officers. And then whatever this guy's name is, some weird Jovovic, violated our nation's laws and was living illegally in the United States for 10 years. He violated our nation's laws because on that paper, it probably specifies, are you an illegal migrant? And anybody, even if you're a legal migrant, are you a migrant? It's like hiring a firearm. For people that don't know, most migrants are not supposed to have firearms. That's a citizen thing, and it actually specifies that. So are you telling me he also lied on the ATF? I forgot the name of that. Is it ATF 1043? It's a legal documentation for anybody that files for a firearm. It asks you, are you a legal legal citizen of the United States? Because you're not supposed to buy firearms if you're not a legal citizen of the United States. That's like a thing, right? That's sad. Now, is he a contributing member to society? Now, I'm not going to say he's not, because he's doing the right thing, but does that exempt his actions? You know what I'm saying? No, it does not exempt his actions. Yeah. Radical sanctuary politicians have allowed illegal aliens to infiltrate our school districts, communities, and even police departments. Do you see the problem? That's true. School districts, communities, even police departments. If he can become a police officer of one of the richest cities in in DuPage County, he can vote. Come on, bro. He can vote, but he's not a U.S. citizen. And I was telling everybody this voter fraud is true. It's real. He came in here on then this is how a lot of stuff happened. You come on here on grade 10s. You're coming on a work visa, but your work visa expires and or is no longer valid, and you never renewed it for 10 years. They come looking for you, and now it's F ICE. How is it F ICE, bro? When you had 10 years to correct everything you did, but you never corrected it. How is it fuck ICE? They're just doing their jobs. You had 10 years to find out what you needed to do. And then you become a police officer and you have a firearm? That's crazy. And the government didn't question it. The state government, because the feds are never involved other than a background check. Yeah. This is actually pretty amusing because I want people to understand what's actually going on in our communities. For those people that don't think this is happening, it's happening. I remember when this is all came out and I was so upset. I was like, damn, the cartel can literally sneak into the country like they've been sneaking in and apply to be a fucking police officer. There's no record of them having any criminal record because that's a U.S. database. They can literally come in here, work as a police officer, or send their homies, everybody working under the police department, and they running the government from inside out. And the politicians in our state allowed that to happen. Not double checking anything, not putting any stipulations on it. How don't you know somebody? First off, I want to ask this question. I'm gonna get off. How don't you know somebody has been illegal? They have an expired visa for the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? How didn't you know that? That's like nuts. 10 years though, and you apply for and then you get all these background checks and nothing pops up. It took ICE to come in to correct this. If ICE didn't come in, he would just be on the street arresting people. Thank you, JB Prister, for finessing us. We appreciate you, big dog. You need to be gone. It's Darren Bailey. Darren Bailey, he coming, man. He's gonna be the new governor of Illinois. I guarantee you, he has to. Look what's going on. And this is something that JB Prister wrote personally. But I'm gonna do my prediction. I'm gonna get off of this. He's going to say that it was Donald Trump's fault and that the federal government approved it. When in actuality, the federal government probably approved a background check. But that was it. But the state knows this guy has a visa, which you should have definitely, if the feds checked his background, the state checked, and the city checked, bro, there's no point. No point he should have got through at all. Actively inactive visa. He's no citizen. He's not a legal immigrant anymore, nor is he a legal visa card holder. But he's being sworn in as a police officer in Hanover Park. It's your boy Angelo Savage, man. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. It's getting wicked, man. It's really getting wicked. It's just looking sad out here, dude. We about to run into some problems, and it's because of the governor, and it's because of the mayor of Illinois. We about to run into some major problems, and this is how the enemy hide within. They'll be our next door neighbor. They'll be sitting in the car. They're patrolling our neighborhoods, watching us. Who don't know his agenda? We don't know who he's working for. He's getting all the information. He can put bugs into the police department. Traffic, bro, I don't know where this nigga from. Traffic that information back to somebody else for monetary gain. But you don't know that. But he shouldn't be able to do that in the first place. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.